I'm glad you said that.
It's kind of annoying, but every now and then it
It's a
saves
good thing.
our...
Every now and then.
Bootay.
Every now and then, don't forget to hit record.
That's right. All right, here we go. It's a CultureSmash Cast, episode 321 for June the 25th, 2014. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv. To the right of me,
Mike Young, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
and around the room,
Zach Martin, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Dwayne Pate, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Catherine Holder, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
And Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv and presser of mutant buttons.
exactly.
Isn't that going to get a little monotonous? Do we really have to say that we're all contributors? Can we all have, like, cooler titles?
What do you want to be? You could
Professor
be
X.
Professor X of CultureSmash.tv.
I call Nightcrawler.
Look how he called it really quick.
Everybody
This
wants
is
to be
me.
Nightcrawler.
Everybody
Okay,
always
I'll
does.
just be pretentious asshole or...
So you're going to be
That
Cyclops.
was always your subtitle. Yeah. That's
The Cyclops hated him.
Cyclops! Cyclops is the worst!
Exactly.
Hey, Cyclops.
So you are
it.
Cyclops.
You requested it. You
I'm
said-
Rogue.
Rogue is kind of a badass.
Rogue-
She is a
Rogue's pretty
badass.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I choose to be. I
That's what
choose
you
my
choose to
choice.
Is there anybody on the team who's immune to Rogue's powers? Because she could take anyone out.
And I can take any one of you out.
Nico?
So there.
Yeah.
Is she immune to anybody? Or is anybody immune to her?
Nico would know.
No, actually, I don't know anyone who's immune. No.
Aha!
You just have to
I know
catch her
people
when
that
her
could
gloves
probably
are on.
stop her, but before she gets a chance, like Xavier could just shut her down. But
I would love to know X-Men continuity really well and see if she had ever absorbed Cyclops' powers. And then the big surprise is she's another Summer sibling.
Okay.
well,
so
they do pop up about once every decade.
this reminded me. I went to spin class the other night, and the spin teacher came up to me and said, "So I was thinking about you today." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What
So
about?"
far, so
She,
good.
yeah. She said, "If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be?" And my first thought was, "What did I do to become the guy who would get this question
They
asked to
can
them?"
smell it.
Well, then I looked down. I was wearing a Captain America
Well, that
shirt.
would do it.
Yeah. that'd be
And
it.
I would like to say teleportation.
Mine was super speed.
Without hesitation.
Mine was super speed. I thought about it for a long time, but with super speed, you could do anything fast.
Yeah.
The good stuff, you do fast.
Maybe the bad things.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get one of the best scenes in the last X-Men movie.
It's true.
It was a great scene.
It was-
The best answer that I've seen to that question though is a cracked video where the answer is time stop.
Yeah,
Zach
Zach
Morris
Morris
is
style.
time stop.
It is a
Yeah.
very good
Oh, yeah,
power.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good power.
All he has to do is like stop time. He can do whatever he wants.
Well,
But it would still take forever to do it.
Counterpoint, you age while no one else is aging.
This is
do
true.
we know that that happens though in the Zach Morris time stop?
Well, no, because he never uses it for an extended amount of
So
time.
it may not happen for him.
He usually just stops time for a moment or two to deliver a smart ass.
So don't abuse it. So
Don't use it. Don't abuse it.
exactly responsible power usage with great power.
Comes the ability to
I would
do
say
really
that's kind
cool
of
stuff.
abusing it if he doesn't do anything with it.
And by the way, we've had a request for everybody to lean in because everyone sounds far away. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, so just scoot in a little bit.
Just scoot.
I will say this, Catherine, you should be happy because we have a very estrogen-filled chat room today.
We do have an estrogen-filled chat room.
Happily.
It's wonderful
We have
that I
Ada,
don't
we
have to be alone in my
Stephanie,
principles.
we have Michelle. Of course, Michelle's shot is the most interesting because you can see her pictures on the wall. She's Michelle. Oh, there she. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, there she is. We'll get to why Michelle's smiling in a few minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Oh.
So let's hit the stories.
Let's see
you
how
go
this
first.
is
I
gonna
have
go.
a premonition.
In the era of Pornhub and RedTube, ripping about having trouble finding free online porn is a bit like complaining about how difficult it is to find shrooms at a jam band
There is
concert.
no way that word is gripping, just so you know.
It says griping.
Good job.
Apparently, thanks to changes in Google
I love
search
it. There's no
settings-
way.
Zach, you're gonna have to scooch in and you're gonna have to speak up.
Context
No,
clues,
put
they
your-
work, bitches.
Dude,
Towards-
put your laptop
towards the
on the
microphone.
table.
That's why the
and
table's
then
here.
Scooch in all the way.
Be a grown-up.
Yeah.
One night a
Well,
week, you have
kinda
one
tattered
job,
a
Zach.
little bit,
Peter
so-
Pan told me not
One
to grow
job.
up.
One
Stop.
job.
Just do it. Don't waste time.
Kidding.
But apparently, thanks to changes in Google's search settings, it's become much harder to find hardcore smut on the search engine, which has led porn fans to migrate to an unlikely source. Bing. AKA the search you reluctantly use after searching for anything on Facebook, or you're an old person, or you're a product placement in Spider-Man.
Keep going.
Never mind.
It's true.
We all know it's great for image searches, which now we know why you use it so much.
Well, hey.
Since
Healthy
Google tweaked its
young
safe
man.
settings back in 2012, porn aficionados have been flocking to Bing in droves to fulfill their fapping needs.
Oh,
Fapping. That is awesome.
Have you never heard that?
keep going.
Okay. Reddit in
They
particular.
said in the chat room, at least we can hear him not read well.
Wow. Well, show's over, everybody. It's not going to get any better than that.
Alright, so for those of you who haven't heard, Bing porn searches.
Yeah.
Okay.
But evidently, it's been this way for 2 years.
Yeah, continue. Zach, go ahead. Try and finish like a grown up.
We could go.
Writers for Reddit had some ideas about why Bing is so much better for porn searches over Google. Quote, Google introduced filters a while ago that remove a lot of porn from search results, even if you have the safe search.
So all that stuff we
off.
just read already.
Yeah.
Going on Bing and video searching gets you the porn you want. No one cares about the text or image searching. It's all basically the consequences.
That's a
The
tip.
consensus.
I am tired.
It's okay.
You suck.
Keep reading.
Basically, the consensus
get better.
seems to be
Because
that
I'm not
unlike
keep
Google,
reading.
which requires you to type insanely specific keywords to get the kind of results you're looking for,
German, grandmas, prisoner.
Bing's video search immediately calls up a well-organized series of short links and related search terms along with your search results. Of course, it's not that surprising in itself that a lot of the people who still use Bing, according to Alexa rankings, Microsoft's search engine, is still the third most popular in the world, ranking just behind Google and Yahoo.
Get the hell out. I didn't even know Yahoo was still a thing.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
what's
the-
hilarious about
unfortunately.
that is Yahoo's searches are powered by Bing now.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What is kind of surprising about what is surprising is the degree to which Bing makes it easier for search to search for porn than other search engines do, which is a hell of a lot easier.
Why are we giving him stories?
I don't know.
Fine, you read the last
A
paragraph.
spokesperson.
No, we can just not. We got the point of the story now.
Well, there's actually a pretty funny comment from Microsoft in the last paragraph.
Bing is focused
No,
on
shut
presenting
up.
the best possible
I'm gonna-
multimedia experience,
Would-
period.
That makes me
Thanks
really
to our
uncomfortable
safe
to say
search
period.
technology,
Zach.
which is by default.
Seriously.
I don't know.
If you can't
He's
read it,
dying
don't do
over
it.
here.
He's
Bing is
embarrassed.
focused on. Okay, so a spokesperson for Microsoft commented to the Daily Dot with the following statement: Bing is focused on. I had to.
That's it. I'm done.
Bing is focused on presenting the best possible multimedia experience, period. Thanks to our safe search technology, which by default is set to filter out adult content, we work to make sure people not only find what they want, but don't get what they don't.
Steven, we were had a nice show and no one did voices. Come on.
You know, the weird thing is, I thought I was the one who was going to throw up the papers and give up, but Dwayne did it first.
Dwayne hit moves. Now, we all have like our regular assignments, reviews, and so forth. Yours is to just look into a mirror and practice reading. I want you to get on Wikipedia and just pick things out and read
Out loud.
Out loud.
Specifically out
Just
loud.
as I took a drink, we
Right.
almost had Mountain Dew all over the
There
place.
is-
It was
Well,
that
the same
close.
happened with me with the Starbucks. You
It
just
was
didn't see it.
that close.
Yeah.
There is some
I'm
interesting
sorry,
things.
I had to.
All
Come
right.
on,
Evidently,
platter, silver platter.
evidently Google's safe search is safe space search, while Microsoft's is just safe search without a space.
Well, you know what I didn't include in here? That's I don't know why that matters. But they did a comparison search for blowjob, with Google and Bing, and it was pretty hilarious and a little too racy for any images I would have shown on here. The Google one made no sense though. I was
What's
like,
the things like how not to blow your job interview?
exactly.
but one of the examples was blowjob.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how you get a job.
I was
Not how
gonna
you-
say.
Yeah.
And what job are you looking to get?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I just
All right,
Have they made?
Just to review technology history, does anybody remember why VHS was the clear winner over Betamax?
Porn.
It's porn.
Actually,
So-
it was cheap.
Porn.
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 It was
I
porn.
thought
VHS
Porn.
was cheap.
Porn is-
Incorrect.
It
Porn is
became
always-
cheaper after it
Porn.
became the
The
overwhelming.
adult cinema industry was
Well, and you had the
VHS
same
and
you had the
Betamax,
same
and that
push
was-
for a DVD. It was the opposite with Blu-ray though, because when Blu-ray came out, you couldn't. When Sony was the only one doing it, they wouldn't allow porn.
Porn went heavy on HD,
Yeah.
HD DVD, but
Yeah.
I thought, okay, this may just be me, but it was because Sony, who was with Betamax, did not want to lend out to other people to make their own Betamax players.
If you look at the history of it, it was seriously
That's
porn.
why the first VCR we ever had was a Sanyo.
Yeah,
Because the beta
JVC,
player.
who made VHS, was like, yeah, we don't care who makes them, it's still a VHS player. Sony was like, we don't want to tarnish the brand.
There was some I mean, it's
There's
a
some
very
of that.
complicated
Okay,
thing.
okay, I just want
It-
to
That
there are a
existed.
lot of variables.
But the truth is, whoever was selling movies, but it's the same with Blu-ray. Everybody's paying Sony now to make Blu-ray players. It doesn't matter as long as you can sell enough content. And at that point in time, it was seriously porn. And that's when that whole thing started, where technology is driven by porn.
Well,
It's not the case.
just
now.
like that's
I
why
was about
8 tracks
to say,
beat
hasn't
out.
this always been the case? Hasn't porn always been kind
Well,
of driving the
except
technology
for like
industry?
we just said the Blu-ray and HD.
Yeah, it
Well,
kinda locked
that,
down.
but
Yeah.
now it's such an overly saturated market, and you can find it
Doesn't
anywhere
matter.
for free that it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
That
well,
was the
now
whole thing
all
about the
of-
movable type. It was so much easier to print up porn than to write it out.
Yeah.
Is it-
Because doing the ASCII
Really?
characters of a boob, it takes a really long time.
I'm just imagining monks in
And
cubicles.
everybody,
All right. Okay.
For milky
everybody
thighs.
Hey, we're
Listen,
making Nico
Disney.
uncomfortable.
remember how Virginia tourists
We honestly
went up when
just
they
do
changed
not
the
know how to
to
let go of a
Virginia
story.
No, we don't.
We need a clock that just counts the story because this one died 5 minutes ago.
No,
No, you're just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Of course. But we have a lot more to go.
Keep you
We're-
uncomfortable.
Well, go ahead and read.
The chat room is
Trying to,
entertained.
but we have too many
are
dead people
entertained.
talking.
Hey,
Yeah, well,
the
that's
story
true.
may be dead. We can still rape the corpse.
Nice to see
Oh my
nothing's
God.
changed from
Okay,
the chat
now
room.
we
Thank you,
need to
Stephen.
stop.
All right.
So,
I wonder if that would be a
Through the
specific.
end of
Wait.
So through the end of April
Yeah.
2014, domestic box office was up 9% over 2013. Thanks to a slow summer season, though, the lead has already been evaporating. Through June 23rd, the 2014 domestic box office totals $4.96 billion, which lags behind last year's $4.99 billion. Over the remainder of the summer, that gap is likely to widen, which will in turn decrease the odds that the full year tops last year's record $10.9 billion haul. The year-to-year discrepancy can be explained entirely by the lack of blockbusters on par with Iron Man 3. As of this time last year, the Marvel sequel had earned over 400 year's highest-grossing movie is over 140 million below that, being the Lego Movie. Of course, the rest of the lineup could have made the difference. Unfortunately, summer 2014 has been slower than expected. Through Monday, the summer box office is at 1.79 billion, which is down 13% from last year's. Only one movie, X-Men: Days of Future Past, has reached 200 million. In comparison, last summer had 4 movies by now reach that. Unfortunately, the situation isn't going to improve much over the next few weeks. Over the past weekend, the top 12 earned 138.8 million, which was off a massive 40% from the same weekend last year. This week had last year. I'm sorry. This year had a thing
This
like
week,
Command
while
2.
you're at home, your assignment. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I only stumbled once as opposed to like the 70
Well,
times.
yeah, Zach had the trouble
Think
with
Like
the
a
word
Man
had.
2. This was just a bad transition in the sentence.
It's true.
Think Like a Man 2 and Jersey Boys, which came out this weekend, were no match for last year's Monsters University and World War Z. Which actually is a pretty big weekend last
Wait,
year.
It
Jersey
was.
Boys is no match for World War Z.
Yep.
No
Who would have
doubt.
thunk it? I'm just saying.
Transformers: Age of Extinction out this weekend should substantially close the gap. However, the 4th of July is looking pretty dire. Last year had Despicable Me 2, The Lone Ranger, which, that one didn't help at all, and Kevin Hart, Let Me Explain, combined to earn 123 million.
So really despicable.
Yeah, really Despicable Me out of that.
Well, the Lone Ranger had a decent opening. It just plummeted
Tanked.
afterwards. Yeah.
And that's a Let's see, and that is Tally the Tammy, Deliver Us from Evil, and Earth to Echo have no chance in.
Is it crazy that those are the 3 4th of July weekend movies?
Yes, it is.
That's just ridiculous. Do you think it's because the studios are holding off till next year for a lot of the stuff?
yes.
Next year's going to be a big year. I mean, this year we still have some other movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But they even riff on that later in the article. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be that big.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the Turtles trailer now?
Well, we'll talk about it now. We're kind of going.
My whole thing with this article is, they say, "Oh, we're so far down." It's like, well, look at what's been out. Nothing hardly's been out. Not anything that would be considered gangbusters or even. I'm just gonna say it. The quality hasn't been that high.
No, it's true. Well, it started out great. I mean, we had a great start. Captain America.
That's April. That's April.
Well, I'm saying the year started out. Then when we hit summer, Lego movies did really good.
But again, that's the year. The summer. There haven't been big action movies this summer. There have been action movies, but nothing like Iron Man 3, which was a main release, and the just before that. May and June have been light on what we big action blockbusters. Really getting the biggest one with Transformers.
Yeah, and I said this during the film bidding. It's going to be the biggest movie of the summer. I absolutely have no doubt about that.
Personally, for me, I look at movies that are coming out rest of the year, and I'm maybe 4 or 5. I am confirmed going to
This fall, there will be some big movies coming. There probably some you don't know about.
Interstellar, Gone Girl, Hunger Games,
Sin
City 2.
Yeah.
That's
4.
And Sin City 2 technically falls in summer brackets. But there'll be others coming up around Christmas time that we may not even have heard of yet. They'll be sizable. But yeah, this is a quiet summer. So let's talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer, the new one that just came out.
You mean
No. Yeah. Yeah. We have our accountant off screen here. An hour will do it. So what did you guys think of the new trailer?
I think I had that same side reaction. When I watched it, I'm like, I honestly have no care one way or the other about the movie. The more and more I think about it, the more I just...
Oh, you guys, somebody has a microphone on.
We're fixing it right now.
Okay.
Hopefully. There we go. We're good.
All right. The more and more I think about it, it's just... It doesn't look good. I don't like the new design for the Turtles. And, they are just a bit too wacky, I think.
You want to know what's hilarious?
You really like it?
I had no interest in this movie, and 2 or 3 times I laughed in the trailer. I liked the way the characters were. I thought they were silly, and it looked like a comedy for kids, and it looks funny.
To call back to a film earlier this year, Amazing Spider-Man 2, when I first saw that trailer, much like the first Turtles trailer, I couldn't care one way or the other about the movie. Second Spider-Man trailer had me hate the film more. This trailer, I'm actually starting to like it.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I mean, I could end up with the same reaction. I could go into it and actually enjoy it. It's just I couldn't pinpoint one about the trailer specifically. If it was just I don't like the new designs or something.
Well, you've been against the new designs from the beginning, and I think that's probably playing heavy.
I didn't hate the designs when I didn't hate the designs when I first saw them. When they weren't in motion.
I mean, someone on the internet photoshopped one of them to look like Shrek, and all they did was add 2 little things. And it's not ogre till it's ogre.
Maybe it's because I don't have any investment in the characters, but I don't care.
I don't have any investment.
The thing that I liked in that trailer was the interaction with April when they first appear at her. And like one of the turtles says, "We'll find you." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's a little too scary, isn't it?"
No. They said
but we'll find you.
That stuff was really
cute.
And
like, I think it was Mike that said, "Raphael, stop using your Batman voice" or something.
Yeah.
That bit I liked. That was fine. But they were just, I don't know, something about it.
It's kind of riffing on the cartoon a little bit.
It's not working with me, and I hope it works better in further in
context. I hope it does work.
It was echoing.
Seeing that to me and seeing it in the trailer, I was like,
And what did you think, Catherine?
I don't like the design either. I think they look absolutely horrible. I am not excited for Megan Fox, but I had no idea that Will Arnett or Whoopi Goldberg's in it. Will Arnett stamp
That
of
casting
approval.
is pretty great.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because then it really is a comedy. Will Arnett is hilarious.
And I think in the right spot in that movie,
Yeah.
he could steal the movie.
oh,
Maybe that-
and I'm
maybe
all
that's-
about it now.
Maybe that's it, because I like some comedy aspects from My Turtles, but I don't want it to be a comedy.
I
Really?
think
Like,
that's to
Really?
me the only way the movie works.
Yeah.
Because they're freaking turtles led
They're
by a
Not
mouse.
necessarily.
Oh, wait,
The
they're
first-
ninjas too.
Ninja Turtles.
The first movie wasn't a comedy.
It was
a
super
straight-
campy though.
It was campy, but it was also dark at times, and it was a good action
well,
hero
honestly,
movie.
this one looks like it's going to be dark at times too. Because don't forget who's playing the villain.
Yeah, but a different
Oh, you
kind
mean Edward
of-
Scissorhands?
No,
The Transformer?
Edward-
no, the guy in the outfit.
Oh, okay.
Doofus.
William
What's his
Fichtner. I
name?
love William Fichtner. I
William
think-
Fichtner,
he's probably the part I'm most interested in watching.
He's a great
'Cause
villain. In
He is a great villain.
everything.
I love William Fichtner, so
Yeah.
it's going to be fantastic watching that at least.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you think, Mike? Give us a
I,
word.
I'm not, again, like some of us here, I'm not invested in the characters. You know, it's not something it's not a property I'm just in love with.
Yeah.
It's just looking pretty interesting. I don't think that this trailer didn't have quite the. It's like they wanted to explain more what the story's about with this one, so it didn't quite have the
punch.
novelty of the punch maybe of the first one.
Yeah.
But it showed us Will Arnett and Whoopi, and the first thing I said, ooh, Job's in it, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Exactly. And the other thing is, too, I'm sorry, you guys are probably more along the comic book vein. I'm not. I grew up on the animated series. I loved that animated series. I didn't want to be April O'Neil. I wanted to be Michelangelo when I was a little girl. So you can imagine, and then, like, I bought the... That was the way that I connected with all of my friends. I love it. I love that they would kick butt and then they were funny. So this looks like it's going to go along that line, and I really, really like that side better. Now, granted, Shredder does look kind of dumb. He really does.
Yeah, but if it's played for comedy, it might be all right.
He
Well,
looks
exactly.
dumb.
I don't want the
Until
whole
point when he
thing,
throws
like
the
I said.
knife, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. That's
Exactly.
not that
Like I
You're
bad.
said-
just going to have to see it.
Mikey being comedic is fine. He should be, because that's his character's entire point in the dynamic of
Right.
the Turtles is to be the funny one. But I don't want the movie to be a comedy.
But
There's
Raphael
a
also
slightly
was
different
funny
thing.
because he was extremely sarcastic.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's a
Yeah.
different kind of funny. But I mean, he's also like the loner of the group. Like I said, still hands down my favorite interpretation of the Turtles, even compared to the comics, is the original movie.
Well, of
And
course,
the-
that one's awesome.
I
It is
asked in the
great.
chat room.
The original movie is a lot of fun.
It is.
Uh,
It is.
In the chat room, Stephanie says she likes the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is the first one was cute.
But it was
Is
the
it-
way that it was supposed to be, and it
Yeah.
was dudes dressed up in suits, and
Yes,
it looked
that- and
stupid,
that's
but it
fun.
was great.
It still holds up. The suit designs on that movie are still really good.
Yeah.
They get worse as the movie iterates into the second.
It's kind of like the
third
Planet of
one.
the Apes franchise.
Yeah, but-
they were great in the first movie, and then it just sort of.
Really,
I get
the,
excited anytime I see Judith Hogan something because I'm like, that's the original April O'Neil!
Yeah.
That's awesome!
Was that even English?
I know
It was 80s fanboy.
I
Yeah.
know
There
I'm
we
in
go.
the extreme
Oh, yeah.
minority here, but I've never liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's not to say I am.
You're not as far extreme as you think, because I was never a fan.
I was never a fan, but I'm not going to say I don't like them. I've never just been a fan.
I'll go the opposite end on that. I
So-
love the cartoon. I got into the comic book because of the cartoon. Loved the first movie. Fell off the bandwagon with the second one, but I mean, I played the game. I had the turtle blimp hanging from my ceiling.
My favorite thing about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the arcade game.
That,
Yeah.
You had the
Arcade
four
game's
players.
So much fun.
That is
Oh,
a great
that
game.
was fun.
And then, of course, there was the
I love that.
NES experience, the original Turtles
And
game.
you wanted to murder yourself.
So cringingly.
You know, they put it out on
Different.
iOS, and it's not that bad. It's actually not as bad as you would think it
Did
would
they make it easier? They
Hey
must have
guys,
backed off
I don't
a
know
lot.
if you
Yeah, it's a
know,
little
but
easier.
you
That,
have
that,
video.
that original game is
It is.
frustrating.
Yeah.
all right. So
Hey you guys, I
Did
don't
you
know
have
if
something,
you
Kevin?
know, you have
did-
video going.
Video.
You do
Huh?
not have
Video
video.
apparently went away.
I don't know. It's probably on their end because I don't see anything here.
Okay,
Yeah, our video's
I'm just
working.
making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
The only thing, if I had to say one thing I liked about the first trailer that I don't like about this trailer, you know, there's this clip in the first trailer where they're going down like a snow mountain and they're swinging and sliding. That looks like fun.
yeah,
It does look like fun. I
And
want to
that
do
was
that.
missing in here, to where it was like slapstick comedy, and I'm like,
Well,
oh,
I feel like, that you had that in the first trailer, so they're trying to show you a different aspect of the movie.
I mean,
for better or for worse,
I know.
depending on what you
and
feel.
also, it has that teal and orange Michael Bay look that I don't like.
Well, yeah, it kind of
It
does have
has
this
that.
sort of CSI look.
Yeah.
I call it the CSI look.
Also,
I feel
watch-
like you're going to be disappointed with this film because you're going into it.
I got my guns right on my,
with
like
the-
lifting them
Exactly.
out. Yeah.
It's not going to be a cinematic.
You
masterpiece.
really
No.
need to. Zach,
So
you
I
know
think
that we
taking
have
off-
a love-hate
So I
relationship.
just need to take
Zach,
off
I
the coat
want
and
you.
walk in.
I just one time. I want you to walk into a movie and be like, "Oh, okay. You know what? Psh, I don't care. I'm just gonna watch it and have some fun times. Drink a couple of beers. Sneak it together, dude."
I don't
take an oxycodone and I'll be pretty.
I don't think he knows how to do that.
No, he doesn't.
Zach,
Well,
I said this
yeah,
before.
he
Zach
did.
doesn't know what fun
The
is.
22 Jump Street, you
I
enjoyed.
mean, I enjoyed that, but I didn't leave my brain at the door. That's what I think you're saying. It's just
Well, let's go to the
Sometimes
It's like,
you
I
need
can't-
let's
to
go to the
leave
box
right
office.
door.
We are running really long.
Sorry.
I can't do that.
Shut up, Zach. You really want me to kill you tonight for some reason.
So number 10.
Number 10 on the box office is Chef. It made 1.7 million. That one's done 16 million so far. We don't know what the budget is there.
No one cares.
Yeah, probably not. I'll watch it on video.
$40.
Exactly. Number 9 is Godzilla. It made another 1.8 million. That one's done 194 million on a $160 million
It
budget.
wants that 200 million so bad.
It wants it. Number 8 is X-Men: Days of Future Past. It made 6.1 million. That one's made 216.7 million on a $200 million budget.
If you have not seen this movie, you
should
to
go
stop
see
and
it.
ask yourself, why have I not seen this movie?
It's true.
I
It's one of
really
those
need
that
to
is,
see this
it's
movie.
better on the big screen. So
I agree
don't
with you
recommend video.
on that, actually. Yeah, I even enjoyed some of the 3D in that movie.
I didn't see the 3D.
Yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. Number 7 is The Fault in Our Stars. It made 8.5 million. That one's done 98 million so far on a $12 million budget. That's pretty epic.
Jeez.
The power of the written word.
The
Zach.
power of the teen
Can
fan
you
base.
imagine what the 50 Shades of Grey book is going to do?
Oh, it's gonna be insane.
Can I
be
just
ridiculous.
say, if they come out with an R-rated and an NC-17 rated version, which they say they're going to do, what would you see?
I'd see the NC-17.
Yeah, I would see the
Come
NC-17.
on.
If I have to
that-
sit
that-
through it, I'm damn well seeing the NC-17
Yeah.
Yeah,
version.
exactly.
It's kind of funny that it's like they realize that even though this book was all the hotness, like a lot of the readers don't want that stigma of going to see an NC-17. They'll sit out by the pool and read the book, so everybody knows they're reading mommy porn.
Yeah.
But
But
I'm
actually-
telling you, going to an NC-17, especially in the Bible Belt, it's going to be a little too much.
No, you're
for some
right.
ladies.
The NC-17 will be limited release, and it'll be like in one theater.
It'll be
in
like at the Belcourt, man.
30 states. Yeah.
No, I think it'll go to Green Hills.
Well,
I think it will
it'll
go
be-
to
Green
Green
Hills
Hills
does-
because
Seen at Green Hill?
no, I totally mark my words. I totally see it happening because I know some crazy Brentwood moms who would be like, "What?
Slap bet.
Slap that." Okay.
Oh.
You get to slap me then, and I get to
don't
slap you. Who's gonna be
I
the
hear,
slap that moderator? Who's gonna be the Lily of this? I'm definitely the Marshall. You know you're the Barney, right?
Is there any legal
Oh,
thing
you're
that'll
the
keep it from
Marshall.
playing in theaters around here?
No.
No.
Because we've had NC-17.
Okay,
theaters
so we
before.
have okay.
And the truth is, because they showed Short Bus here, and that one's more than NC-17, really.
Yeah,
It's-
it's X.
Yeah, I mean, the only way,
See?
the way to get around it
Oh, I
is
know
to do a
she'll
not
be there.
rated.
No,
Yeah.
she was saying she'll be there. She doesn't know where. She'll go wherever it plays.
Yeah, but she's
I'm
saying, like-
Belcourt. I'm saying it's
No,
not.
I think it's. I don't think it's just gonna be Belcourt. In fact, I don't think Belcourt will even have it because they're like, we're not having 50 Shades of Grey.
No, Belcourt would totally.
Yeah,
show it.
Belcourt would totally.
Yeah, and because Belcourt showed 9 songs, and they showed Short Bus. I mean, they showed all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Like
no,
the
no, I'm
Trideltas.
not-
We need the dudes,
I'm
dude.
not saying because it's necessarily like, ooh, it's gonna be a racy film. It's more like, ugh, this is mommy porn and it's based on Twilight. This is a piece of
I
crap.
don't
We're not
know.
gonna show
But
it at the
see,
Belcourt.
But listen, the
Did
Belcourt
you
is a little bit like an independent film director because they show all these great independent films, but they have to have their money makers.
That's true.
Right.
That's
Alright.
very, very true. But
I think
still,
we're kind of getting
Where's my
too
mic?
local on this because
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
very good
Okay,
point.
so-
Very
Yeah,
good
for
point.
that.
Point is, do you think the NC-17 or R-rated
Point
will
is-
make more money?
who cares?
It-
Edge
well,
of
that's,
Tomorrow.
that's not a real question because
Does
the
this
R-rated
mean
one.
How much did-
resurgence
Why
in
do
No,
we-
wait. We really do have to move forward. But the R-rated one is a mass release. NC-17 will be limited. There's no question which one.
Your question.
It would still be
is,
awesome if it's like.
All right,
It's
so-
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Mark my words. All right, so Edge of Tomorrow is at number 6. It made 9.8 million. And we haven't even had like that much caffeine or anything tonight. What's going on? This is like a crazy.
I had like
episode.
5 cups of coffee today.
Oh, I've just had this. So that one's again 9.8. It's done 73.9 million on a $178 million budget.
People need to get over their crazy person prejudice and go see this.
It's really good. Yeah. Number 5 is Maleficent. It made 12.9 million. That's 185.8 million on a $180 million
That's
budget.
a lot more money
Wow.
than what this movie was making.
Yeah.
No, actually, I mean,
that's about right.
it made its
Over
money. I
the
thought it
long
would make
period
its
of
money.
time. Yeah, I mean it's been going for that's the 4-week number.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 is Jersey Boys. It opened at 13.3 million on a $40 million budget. I love
Ooh.
Clint Eastwood as a director, but he hasn't actually directed a good movie in a while. I don't know what's
Since
going on.
2009. Gran Turismo?
Gran Torino.
Or Gran
Yeah.
Torino.
Gran Torino,
Gran
right.
Turismo.
Yeah, because he did that awful movie.
Hereafter.
Yeah, awful,
Edgar.
awful, and now this one.
This one.
Everybody's saying
I thought there was
awful.
another one.
Yeah,
Is that the word that's awful?
yeah.
I kind of wanted to see it, but
Number 3 is How to Train Your Dragon 2. How's that doing there, Zach? 24 million it made this weekend.
Hey.
94 million it's
had-
made on a $145 million
It
budget.
only had a 50% drop.
Only 50% drop.
Well, compared to another film on this list.
Yeah, and number 2 is 22 Jump Street. It made
With a
27.
51%
That's
drop.
almost negligible, to be
Okay.
honest.
And it's R-rated.
Well, first off, there's only 3 million in between these two.
It's R-rated.
It's R-rated, and
Yeah.
it's not a children's movie.
Right.
A children's movie
'Cause
should
you-
be making more.
Because you suck.
So
Yeah.
there.
that's
100,
Don't you
109.
ever just feel like you should shut up?
I know.
I mean, does it ever even occur
Ada in
to
the
you?
chat room just keeps telling me, it's like, just don't say anything till the end of the
You'd be
podcast. Just
better
don't do
off.
it.
But that is weird because
And then
very popular movie, the only kids movie out right now.
You would
And
think it
it's-
would do better.
yeah.
I would think so too.
I
But
don't understand it.
and then
Hey,
what's
I'm
it
gonna put
number
this out
one?
now. No, go ahead. Let's
What?
do number 1, and then
No.
I'll have my say.
What's it number
I'll
one?
ask last.
Alright.
I'll be Nathan right now.
Number 1 is Think Like a Man 2.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I told you so, Steven. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
you know what?
That's a
I'm
pretty
getting
good.
back on Grindr.
That's a.
Impersonation?
You know what?
That's pretty good.
I give up.
Yeah.
I don't know box office. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't call that one.
You and I both called
Yeah.
that. Said
It's
that
like,
it would not do
it's
it.
like every
and
freaking movie. It's like this, Divergence. Like apparently,
Sunday night.
there's one of two things. Either I don't know the box office anymore, or the general American people don't know the box office and keep seeing the wrong movies.
That's the one. That's got to
Can
be.
I say, can I agree with Nico on that?
But
No, you may not.
Nathan messaged me Sunday night. Exactly what she just did.
I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
If you're playing,
Steven.
if you're playing along in the chat room, Ada would still like you to shut up. By the way.
So yeah, he was
very
so.
quick, I have to interject very quickly. I kind of peeked ahead to the next story. We're gonna have to have some time.
So anyway, that's. It will not, Nathan. I know you're going to be listening because you're out there working tonight. It will not be number 1 or even number 2 or number 3 next week. I guarantee that it's going to have a huge
It's
drop.
going to have the biggest drop off of all.
Agreed.
It's just not even going to be in the top 10.
I doubt that, but it will
Opening
drop.
this weekend is Transformers: Age of Extinction. It's at 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's only with 4 reviews.
That's
so
with 8 reviews.
It's 8 reviews now. Yeah. So it's a little early to tell. One of my trusted sources is giving it 6.5 out of 10, which is about right. Probably where it should be.
Oh, that's Spider-Man 2 scores.
Yeah. And then the only other thing opening this weekend of note is Snowpiercer. It's at 85%, and I want to see this movie. It's a
Is
science.
this a James Bond film?
No, it sounds like no,
It's either a James Bond movie or a porn.
It's like a kind of post-apocalyptic sci-fi movie where most of the world's population is dead, and there's a train that just goes around the planet that everyone has to
Yeah.
live on, and it's Chris Evans stars
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
Captain America.
Holy
Actually,
crap.
it's,
It's
actually, if
good.
you look, it's a good cast. It's not just him. There's Tilda Swinton. It's
Yeah.
all like good
I
actors.
would see that.
It is. It's like a
Who's the
debut of like a
Who's the
Korean
director?
director.
It's an Asian guy. It's
Is
an
it?
Asian
Is
director.
it? It's not the host guy, is it?
I doubt it. No,
I don't
this
know.
is his
I can't
American
remember.
like movie debut.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, the premise and all the trailers look really good. It's
do.
basically, from my understanding, it's like the Raid except going horizontal
On a train,
instead
yeah.
of vertically in a building.
Dude,
Yeah.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I doubt the fights are going to be as good, but it's going to be like Chris Evans working his way through the train cars.
Ultimately, I want to try and find where this is showing.
It's like somebody saw the one part in Captain America, the first Avenger, where he's in
Yeah.
the train and decided,
I can make that into an entire movie.
So actually, this is originally a South Korean. Oh no, South Korean American science fiction film. Okay, so it's not originally that, but it's based on a French graphic novel.
It's only in
So-
10 theaters this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a limited release. It's more of an indie film.
Ed
But
Harris is in it. Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, it's actually good
Tilda
casting.
Swinton.
Yeah, it's very good casting.
Yeah, Jamie Bell.
I'm
John
sold.
Hurt.
Close it down before we see a spoiler.
It's on my list. On my list. For the weekend.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yep. That's the director. That's
So-
the director.
Let's get through the film ball here really
Oh,
quickly
Cartoon
because we are running really long. It's not my
Yeah,
fault.
he did.
Yes, it is.
Zach,
Hello.
we are moving forward to the film ball, sir.
Mother in the house.
I said shut up.
Wow.
You guys are about to
Steven
see a
and Zach are
murder
about to
happen
come to blows
live
tonight.
on video.
So in the contributor one bracket right now,
Exactly. Here are the numbers. In case. What?
you appear to be upset.
Just move on.
Just stop talking and
Yeah.
let people transition. Learn when the story's done.
Exactly. You were so irritating.
We gotta rate the corpse.
All right.
Stop it.
Can we
Please
like
stop
think
using
about
that
if
word
Hartman
right now.
uses that one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
You can. So anyway, if you're new to the show and you've made it this far, thank you for your patience. We have a game that we play regularly called Fantasy Film Ball, where we each take $100 and bid over a group of movies to take the ones that we think are going to make the most box office. And here are our numbers so far for the summer bracket. Currently, in the main contributor bracket, Bill is still at number one, $492 million. Then things change a little bit because we have Dwayne is at $206 million. Then there's Nathan, who is at $185 million. Then there's Steven, who is $109 million, who surpassed Mike this week, who is now in the bottom at $102 million. He just got back.
I would like to say these numbers are indicative of what I said during the bidding, which is you all did not do a good enough job of taking Bill down. You let him have too many
Hey,
movies.
you
and
were in
too
this bidding
little
as well.
Yeah, and look
No,
who's in
he's
second place.
he's right though. I got too excited about bidding you out of
Mike
stuff.
wanted to
and
bid me out of everything and let
I
Bill
was
have it all.
I was having just a blast and didn't
Yeah.
realize what I was doing.
Exactly.
I sabotaged the whole. At least if I'm going to lose, I'm taking everyone down with me.
Mike doesn't care about winning the game. He just wants
He's
to
not
ruin it.
taking me, bitch, because I've got Transformers. I'll be leaving you in the
Hey,
dust. In the
I
next
got
door.
Earth to Echo, baby.
Well, you
Really?
count those
That's what you
robot
count
dollars,
To be fair, he also did have Jupiter Ascending.
which
And
no longer
which
is an
was
issue.
which showed so much promise. They put it off
yeah.
like a year.
I think it is going to be an amazing movie next summer when you
And
get on it
they're still running
again.
the hell out of those trailers.
They are.
What is this?
They're still running the hell out of those trailers.
Of what?
It's Jupiter Ascending.
I haven't seen
They
it
must
in a
have
while.
paid in advance.
They must have, because yeah, that one's been pushed up to next
I
year
was
now.
about to say, ever since the move, I haven't seen one.
I haven't either.
Heard of one.
I haven't either. But
I've heard of them.
honestly,
Just now
from just a
explained it to
film guy, you know, just not caring about the game, but just from film in general, I was looking forward to it.
I still
So,
see it.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a little sad that it's complex. I'm sad that it's not coming out this summer, but then I'm really
I hope
happy
it-
it's not coming this summer.
They really picked a better time for it to come out.
I agree. It's not going to have any
I
competition.
just hope that they really step back and say, okay, well, let's just get it right, and this is a lot better slot. And it's not like, oh my God, this is a steaming pile. Let's
Yeah.
hold off and dump it here.
Steven, I believe as we move into the next bracket, we have someone who would like to say something in the chat room.
Yeah, well, let me read the numbers, and then we'll bring the chat room situation up here. In the Contributors 2 bracket, in the number one position is Michelle at $432 million.
Well done, Michelle.
Behind her is Oz at $385 million. Then there is Zach, who's $168 million. Not at the bottom, Zach.
Yeah.
Impressive. Ahead of Catherine, too, who's at $109 million, also same as me.
Also not
and
at
then
the
at the
bottom.
bottom
I'm
is
not at the bottom.
Hector at
Transformers
$73 million. Let me get the
Aw,
volume up here.
Hector.
What happened to us, Hector?
All right, I got the level up here. I don't know if I can hear you guys, but you guys can turn your
Microphones.
microphones up. And wait, let me switch here to my internal speakers. That's what I want. So that. All right. So are you guys there?
I am.
Hey,
I'm here.
Michelle, how you
It
feeling
looks
about
like
your
we have
numbers?
Sleepy Time Michelle with us.
Yeah, sleepy time, Michelle.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, you were
I'm
making
so
me laugh.
excited!
You were cracking me up during the bidding because you were like, I am not ending this season with money. And you didn't. She fought just like Dwayne did. You fought for
didn't.
X-Men. What else did you fight for? You got all the main big ones in this bracket, I think.
Yeah, Maleficent.
Yeah, you have Maleficent.
And
Something else that was big. I don't know if it was
something
Godzilla
else.
or something. There was something else big. But at any rate, the question is now, can you hold your lead?
No.
No.
I don't know. You might be able to
Yeah.
because the thing is in the second and third layer games, there's only 3 months. So
He's
you guys
gonna
still-
lose.
What? Who said
Hey!
that? He couldn't stand it. There's Nathan.
Look, live from the land of
All I gotta say is think like a man too. Now I gotta get off here before my manager comes down.
I knew it. You couldn't stand it.
That was awesome.
You suck. You suck.
That's
like
magic.
That is hilarious. Okay, so the one I'm really fascinated by is Hector, who is normally an awesome player at this game. What happened to you, buddy? Look, he's he's flipping bagels. What happened to you?
You're too busy.
Yeah, I worked that day and I didn't concentrate on the game that day.
Yeah, you sound like somebody else I know.
Look, Hector can play.
But I'm happy for Michelle though.
Oh, see, that's the thing that kills me
Okay.
about Hector. He's always happy for his competitors.
Really? Are you really? Because I don't think you are.
I don't know. Look at that grin.
I am, Captain, you know that.
I love you too, Hector.
All right, so if you would like to play with us in enjoying all this excitement, all you have to do is go to the website, and there's a big button that says "Let Me Play," and you can submit your name and contact information to join our next bracket, which will be the fall bracket. Fall is interesting because it's, to me, in a lot of ways, a more difficult game. I'm going to turn you guys down now. Because there aren't as many big movies. There's usually 2 or 3 big movies that you know you're not going to get in the bidding, so you got to figure out, am I going to invest every dollar in one of these movies, aka Dwayne, or am I going to try and get enough small movies to make up the difference, a la Mike? That's 2 completely different games, and Nico and I are caught in the middle, usually, trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces. What are you guys talking about over there?
Oh, Zach pulled up something on the computer. He was looking at RoboCop on Blu-ray versus Laserdisc, and it caught my eye.
I've been
It's kinda
listening
cool.
to a lot of stuff like that. So while y'all
Me and
were,
you are gonna just have a discussion.
What?
You're grounded.
I'm not.
Dwayne, you have the next story.
All right. 4 years after Warner Brothers picked up the screen rights to Ernie Klein's popular sci-fi novel Ready Player One, the studio has hired Zach Penn, Incredible Hulk, X-Men: The Last Stand, to rewrite the movie script. Set in a bleak, not-too-distant future, the story follows teenager Wade Watts, who spends most of his time in Oasis, a utopian virtual reality network in which people from all over the world lead idyllic, alternate lives. Along with millions of other users, Wade dreams of locating 3 keys left behind by James Holliday, the deceased creator of Oasis and the richest man to have ever lived. The keys are rumored to be hidden inside Oasis, and whoever finds them will inherit Halliday's fortune. But Halliday has not made the challenge easy, and there are serious dangers in the virtual world for Wade and others alike. Ready Player One was originally adapted by Klein and Eric Eason. According to The Warp, Penn has been tasked with getting the script to a point where the studio can start researching for a director in the fall. This could the rewrite, not great news, but who they're getting to do the rewrite, fantastic.
It is great news because, and this is the reason I say that, because one, he's a great writer.
Yes.
He does good stuff.
Last Stand notwithstanding.
Yeah, notwithstanding. Yeah. But you know that movie died in politics.
Yeah.
But just a lot of times, and a good example is Stephen King. You could be a great novelist and a crappy screenplay writer. I'm always in support of having the original author write the first draft.
Mhm.
But I think you need somebody who knows cinema
and clean it
to
up.
come in and make it a movie. You know, so I'm happy that they got somebody really fanboy, a fanboy favorite to come in and.
So let me
and
say
do
this
that.
for our listeners who may not have read Ready Player One.
You should be reading that
It
book.
is.
Yes.
It is
right after you
like-
finish The Martian.
It is like somebody came to me and said, "We want to write a book for you, Dwayne Pate," and this is the book that I was given. This book is amazing. It is chock full of 80s references, video game, especially heavy on the Atari 2600
Yes.
TRS-80 side of things, early computer adventure games. It explains the kill screen level of Pac-Man to where you can just see exactly what's going
Yeah.
on.
It's so
fantastic.
This movie is going to be so difficult to make and to write to the point where they can figure out what not to use because the licensing to get
That's my question.
getting even a quarter of the references and things that they actually had in Ready Player One has got to be.
And you're just
ridiculous.
talking about the video games at this point. There are so many movie
references.
references.
Well,
He has a
here's the thing,
freaking
though.
DeLorean that
I
he
know.
flies around in.
Yeah.
Well,
He
but
has-
see,
he has
that's
a
a
giant
DeLorean. You
robot.
can have a DeLorean
He has a
in
giant
your-
robot that's the Spider-Man giant robot from the live-action Japanese superhero show.
That's
Yeah.
going to be difficult.
That will be difficult,
I
and
think
that's one of my favorite parts of the book.
But so many of the references are just kind of dropped and lines and things like that that I think you can still have a
They're
lot of what
literally
is enjoyed about-
references.
Yeah.
I
A lot of-
think you can. Can't you say like? There's no law against.
You can say
Yeah.
anything.
say anything.
but, a lot of
Picture
it
is
is
actual
But
footage.
when
one
you
of
get
the-
into the problem is when you get into Oasis, because a lot of it's references, but they actually have that stuff in Oasis.
Yes, that's
which is
true.
which is the great thing about Oasis. This is one of the aspects I really love about the game is that they make all these different kind of planets.
The
and worlds that are
planet's
great.
where you go to do whatever you want to do.
One of the things though, it's a book full of
Yeah.
those references though. So even if they kind of have to pick and choose what they can actually get or what they can license or what they can afford to license,
Yeah.
there's so many.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think it's
I'm
going to be
used
difficult to
say
fill
they
a
have
movie
to
up
follow
with
the
it.
book exactly because I don't know if it was on show or not, but I made mention of they definitely would have to license war games because that's one of the main
Have
challenges
to.
in the
Yeah,
game.
a lot of the
Well,
movies that the characters
but
watch.
why not just pick a different movie?
Yeah, I think it is. The thing I'm worried about is the book goes out of its way to actually reference real things. I really hope it doesn't go instead of like this area is based off Dungeons and Dragons. So if this area is based off of like swords and sorcery role.
There's
playing.
a way to tell you that that's what it is without being so literal. You get sued.
Yeah, I just don't want them to like make fake things of the real things that were actually in the book.
But here's the thing about this story also, and we have to be clear, because you notice that Catherine has gotten super quiet, and so has Zach.
You guys, I'm
But
telling
listen,
you.
wait, let me make this point. They are references, but the way the book is written is the majority of them are part of the story.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if you don't get the reference, it's integral to what's happening.
It would have just been
and it's an adventure.
It would have
It's-
just been a Family Guy episode
If
with
it
all the
wasn't.
references.
Yeah.
But it's a really great story. You really love this kid and the characters in it, and you're pulling for him, and you're scared to death for him at points. It is an amazing story.
Well, and part of what I like about the book is sometimes they don't give you the direct, like it's in there and you don't know they don't say, oh, and this is from this. Like there's a Brazil reference made that it's just a name from the movie, and that's fairly obscure.
You know what would be a really cool thing for Ready Player One to come out with? An annotated version.
I
With, like,
think
notes.
that would be fantastic.
That would be
It
amazing.
occurred to me to start work on that one. That actually had crossed my mind because I mean, but the thing was that that would really have to be more of a community effort because I don't think that's like one person understanding everything from MST3K. Really, you'd have to have a wide berth of knowledge.
And I'm sure there's probably a specific Ready Player One wiki that community's already made. Just basically put that into a book, or just have like footers, like little margins. Is like here's what a reference of this is from.
I cannot wait to see. This is I can't even.
I wasn't even sure that this movie was happening, so to know now that it's actually that far along, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's skip this next one. Catherine, go ahead and do yours.
You want me to? Oh, we're skipping the next
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. While we know what Batman and probably Superman will look like in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, director Zack Snyder hasn't given us any hints about Wonder Woman's attire for the 2016 superhero film. But according to a new rumor, it sounds like Gal Gadot will sport a familiar costume for the warrior princess. Gadot will reportedly wear a blue leather skirt silver armored cuffs, a golden tiara, possibly with the red star design etched into the center, and a red top, all coming together for a pretty traditional Wonder Woman look, according to Joe Blow. God, that name. As for weaponry, Wonder Woman will utilize
Did
her
you just get
well-known-
embarrassed for Joe Blow?
God, that's a name. It's so dumb. Okay. As for weaponry, Wonder Woman will utilize her well-known lasso, a sword, spear, and shield, the latter of which she'll have slung over her back when not in use. Further, the report says that Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, will introduce us to Wonder Woman as Diana before she teams up with the Dark Knight and Superman in a final battle, probably against one of Lex Luthor's creations.
No.
The show is starring alongside Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Jesse Eisenberg, Diane Lane, and Amy Adams. And it's set to hit theaters in May 6th of 2016. I don't know. I mean, I want to see pictures of it.
Yeah.
God, I hope that's not the actual plot.
The thing
So,
that bothers
movie,
me
that sounds so boring.
is what they do so well generally in the Marvel movies is they make some kind of sense out of their costumes. It's not just a costume because it's sexy or because it's
Yeah.
cool looking. There's usually a reason. Like even Captain America, his costume is utilized in several different ways.
Yeah.
One is as sort of an icon. You know, in the first movie, he was a symbol. And in the newer ones, it's more of a military outfit. It's just painted to be the symbol.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. You know, this just seems like, oh, let's make her sexy for no reason.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
this one, we have no context. It's the design of the outfit, but we don't know why.
Why is she wearing a skirt? That's not really what you fight in.
We
No,
don't
it's
know
not
what we
funny.
we
It's
also
a
don't know what their
battle
Amazons
skirt.
look like.
Well, maybe
And
so.
it could be, so we don't know.
Well-
There is no context to give this purpose.
Yeah.
So,
And I would love to know, like, we're meeting her before. Are they going to stick to the actual Wonder Woman story? Is she going to be from Amazonia or where?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
played with that whole thing 2 or 3 different ways in the comics, so I don't know which one they're going to stick with. The first thing, you know, they're going to show her as Diana Prince also in the movie. So
I don't know. I mean, I love Wonder Woman because she's so awesome, but at the same time, she's a
I wanted to
female
pull up a Linda
superhero.
Carter picture because that's really the only Wonder Woman.
That's the only Wonder Woman, but
Just
that's
saying.
because it worked for that time period, and I suppose...
Worked for my time period.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
what you're calling it now.
Is that
Yeah,
what you're calling it?
That's what I call it.
But I don't know. I mean,
Linda Carter made me a man.
she's really, really awesome. But at the same time, I really want like a brand new reimagining of her.
Exactly.
I really do. And this just sounds like the exact same thing because we've reimagined Batman, we've reimagined Superman, kind of, sort of. They really reimagined Superman in this new one. But in the same respect, I want a reimagining of Wonder Woman because, to be quite honest, she just seems like a nice accessory to the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she can fight with them and play with them, but at the same time, you bind her hands and you're done.
Well,
to be
in the
fa-
newer
to be
books,
fair-
she's bad.
Well, she
ass.
doesn't. Yeah, they don't have the binding hands thing anymore.
No.
And to be fair,
That was a whole S&M thing. That,
I know,
as much
yeah.
as I don't want to give the film credit, we don't know. It is given no plot points other than
Yeah.
she joins up apparently before the final. We don't know anything about her introduction. She's not going to be a heavy element in the movie. We talked about it last week or the week before about like
how there's all
DC's
these cameos.
yeah, all the cameos in DC's actual plan in the Wonder Woman movie isn't for a bit. So there's actually no way to really justify the worries or whatnot, other than the fact that Warner Brothers has a bad track record.
Yeah.
I
And that's
want it to
what
be good.
scares me
because,
so badly.
Because like you said, current Wonder Woman is really good.
Yeah.
The comics right now, or Brian Azzarello, if I probably said that wrong.
That's how.
Yeah, it is doing a really good run on Wonder Woman since the New 52, and there have been good stories even before that. It's just really hard to translate that into a form people care about.
Yeah.
in
I mean,
movies.
even Joss Whedon's this script attempt at Wonder Woman was turned down by Warner Brothers. To me, that just says a lot about how not forward-thinking they are.
Yeah, that says more about Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to give this one some benefit of the doubt because it has told us nothing. But I agree, it's hard to do that because it's Warner Brothers.
All right. So in the chat room, every guy on the podcast has a what? Has a
Short haircut.
Oh yeah. Okay, they're happy.
But
Mine's
Brooke
not
said,
really
I'm
well
looking
cut.
for a defend for Wonder Woman.
I guess she means a defense.
Yeah, and
Well, I mean, I
I
think I gave
love
the only
Wonder
defense for Wonder
I
Woman.
think
I think
did
it's
as well.
the word we all want a good Wonder
We
Woman.
do. Everybody
We're
wants
just
a good
afraid
Wonder
Some
Woman.
people really
We don't
want.
trust Warner
I
Brothers
would
to do
love to
that.
have a good Wonder Woman and finally have like a good, strong main female superhero, because the closest thing we have to that is the Black Widow, and she's not a main character. She's not a main player.
Yeah,
She's
it's
kind of
for-
a sideline
At least
thing.
for now. At least for
At
now.
least
They
for
keep
now.
hinting that there may be like
I
a
would
spin-off
hope
or
so.
something.
Love it.
I did not want that until the new Captain America movie. Then I saw, oh wait,
Well,
she
but
could be cool.
we are getting though the Jessica Jones miniseries on Netflix with
and
the run
that
of the others.
is a great character if they
Yeah.
do it well. All right, so let's go to TV.
All right, Starz has announced the green light of The Girlfriend Experience,
Oh my God.
a 13-point anthology series inspired by the 2009 Steven Soderbergh film by the
I
same
tried to see
title,
that
starring
film.
Sasha Grey. Steven Soderbergh and Philip Fleischman will serve as the executive producers, along with independent filmmakers Lodge Kerrigan and Amy Simmons, who will also write and direct the series. The scripted anthology will feature 13 half-hour episodes. The Girlfriend Experience explores the relationships of the most exclusive courtesans.
Courtesans?
Yep, you're right, I tripped over that one. Who will provide their clients with far more than just sex. These purveyors, or GFEs, girlfriend experiences, share intimacies more common to romantic partners or husbands and wives, becoming quasi-lovers and confidants who are richly paid for their times.
See, I love Steven Soderbergh. I do. He's such an interesting director and writer. But the problem is, when he's on and he hits it, he really hits it. But when he messes
not,
it
he's
up,
not.
oh god, it's a disaster.
I did not like this movie. I had a very pretentious boyfriend at one time, and he would make me watch movies like these. And sometimes they were really good. And sometimes it was The Girlfriend Experience or Dead Girl that made me want to, like, claw my
Dead
skin.
Girl's pretty cool.
Oh, I hated Dead Girl. I hated that movie with a burning, fiery passion of the Seven Sons. That's okay.
Are you sure?
This one... Bleh, bleh.
Seven Sons.
How much?
Seven
How many
That's a
comics
cool,
are there?
I don't know.
That's a good book, yes.
That's a cool series.
Yeah.
So, okay. But, I didn't like this book, but I didn't like the movie. But I will say, this is kind of sounding like, do you remember that one show that was on HBO for a second? I think it was Confessions of a Call Girl.
That
No,
one
that
was...
was Showtime, and that,
Oh, that was
had,
Showtime.
that had Rose Tyler in it.
Yeah, it did.
When I started watching Doctor Who, I was like, oh my goodness,
I
it's
think
the
that
girl from the
show-
prostitute show.
I think that show was actually pretty good, though, wasn't
It was great, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I would hope that it was kind of like that, because I really loved that show. I mean, granted, they played Amy Winehouse during every single scene.
Well, yeah, that probably
But
helped
it
you.
was really snappy and neat, and like, and I would hope that it would kind of be like that. I don't know, but everything that was the answer to Sex in the City. They kind of said. I'm wondering, with the way that the tides are turning, I'm wondering, and this is kind of sounding like it, if this is like the girls' version of the sex version of Girls. You guys don't watch Girls, do you?
Man.
The one that's on, yeah. It's a girl thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
You said it's
that
a
one's a
girl
lot.
thing.
Well, that one's a lot grittier. It's a lot ickier, and with Steven Soderbergh's name on it, I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that would happen with it.
Well, see, I don't know what happened with him. I feel like he got kind of a thing for Sasha Grey because
Am I
She's
the only
not-
one that does not find her attractive?
no, you're not.
Like, I'm just like
No,
whatever,
you're not.
whatever.
She's whatever. Yeah, and she's a horrible actress because that was part of the problem with that. Because when Full Frontal is good. I even liked the one. What was you remember the one that was in the baby factory? Yeah, because it was creepy. They kept showing all these like baby doll heads and stuff.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and it was shot in a little town with all the people who lived in the town were in it. They weren't good actors either, but something held that movie together. But this girlfriend experiment thing was terrible.
If you want a good time, go to IMDb and look at Sasha Grey's movie list.
Yeah.
Oh my! Do they put
she's-
her like movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
movies
this
on
ain't
there. I
Star
didn't
Trek,
think
Triple
they
X.
Did that?
That is.
Seinfeld, a Triple X parody.
There's very few I'm comfortable reading on the podcast. Or that wouldn't give us an explicit title.
PG porn. PG
What
porn.
are you laughing about, Zach? What did you see?
These titles are great.
Buttman Stretch Class 2. The King of Coochie.
Throat, a cautionary stretch.
People pink.
Hey, do your kids love Minecraft? Well, now they can watch Bitchcraft 4. Wow. Wait, why is she only in the 3rd and 4th of all these movies? Why?
She's not good enough for the original.
Star of Bitchcraft 1 through 3 to come back.
Wait. I think my favorite is Finger Licking Good. Volume
Oh,
5.
see, that's not
That's
good.
just hard
That's
to
not
beat.
good.
Buttman Stretch Class 2.
All right, we should continue with the next story now, I would think. Catherine, you have
this
it.
up for a while.
Okay. Marvel has announced that Rosario Dawson, Clerks 2 Sin City, has joined Marvel's Devil Dare Netflix all-new 13-episode series premiering in 2015. Dawson, a comic book fan, who even co-created the comic book miniseries Occult Crimes Task Force, will play a dedicated young woman whose quest to heal the wounds of Hell's Kitchen brings Matt Murdock unexpectedly crashing into her life, while her own journey forever alters the course of his battle against the injustices of this broken city. Rosario Dawson is one of the most charismatic and talented and powerful actresses in Hollywood. So she was always at the top of our list for Marvel's Daredevil, said Jeff Loeb. That is a dumb way to spell Jeff, sorry. Marvel's head of television over at
That's
Marvel.com.
me. Wow.
Sorry. Which I was like, okay. Her role.
That's just me.
I know it is. I'm sorry. That's a fun way of spelling it. Her role in the series is absolutely critical to Matt Murdock's journey to become the hero we know as Daredevil. Jeff Loeb, if you're listening, I don't think that's weird. I just tripped over myself.
Just call him Jeff for fun.
Jeff for fun. I'm sorry, Jeff. I promise you, it's a really cool way. And you are an awesome dude. You are head
He's
of
actually a
Marvel.
good writer.
He is. And I have a dumbass way of spelling my name too. So, this news follows the casting of Boardwalk Empire's Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Vincent as Will D'Onofrio. I'm really sorry, guys.
Your homework assignment this week.
Your homework assignment is
to read all of the awkward
hers
names.
is to go to not Wikipedia. Hers is to go to IMDb.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that.
But not the
As
Sasha Grey
Wilson
page.
Fisk
Not the
slash
Sasha Grey
Kingpin.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to read all those.
Do you all know how there are wikis for different things?
Yeah.
What do you call the wiki for Wicca?
The Wiki.
That's
Wiki.
The Wiki.
maybe you just call it Wikipedia with a C.
No, it has to be Wicca.
Wicca.
It has to.
I love it.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts with Dwayne Payton.
I mean, I'm excited. I like Rosario Dawson.
Alright,
I
it's a
think-
series I want to see, and they put an actress
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she has cred. She has comic book cred, and she's awesome and stuff. And
She is.
did you notice I gave you all the badass chick stories?
Oh my goodness,
This
this
is the
is
best.
so interesting.
What's that?
Say cred again.
Cred.
Say street
Cred.
We
cred.
like when you say
Street cred.
We like when you say
It's
things
even
like
better when
cred.
Nico says it.
Street cred? Why is that?
Nico, say totes my goats.
Totes my guts.
Nico is a talking parrot.
we have a new show, everybody. Nico says.
I'd watch that show. I'd watch that show. All right, so it looks really good.
It does. It looks good.
All right, Zach.
Do something.
The Wachowskis, creators of the Matrix trilogy.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do something correctly.
Well, you're asking a lot now.
The Wachowskis,
Zach,
creators.
you need to set up to the mic again, boy. Being a
All
child.
kinds of trouble.
All right, creators of the Matrix trilogy, Cloud Atlas, and their upcoming Jupiter Ascending have cast the stars for their trippy new Netflix series Sense8. And more than that, we now have a description of what the show is about. Deadline reports that Lost alum Naveen Andrews, Blade Runner's Daryl Hannah, and Stargate Universe's Brian J. Smith will headline the international cast for Sense8, which is about as co-runner show. Oh my gosh!
Which is about 8 characters. Start from there.
Yeah,
You got this.
it's about 8 characters around the world who live in the aftermath of a tragic death, find themselves linked to each other mentally and emotionally. They cannot only see and talk to each other as though they were in the same place, they have access to each other's deepest secrets. Not only must they figure out what happened and why, and what it means for the future of humanity, they must do so while being hunted by an organization out to capture, kill, or dissect them?
Vivisect.
Vivisect, sir.
Dissect alive.
And he went to school.
Rounding out the large international ensemble cast are that guy,
Tappets Middleton,
Wow, really? You
who
suck.
appears in Jupiter Ascending.
I just skipped it because I knew I was just going to trip all over
Just
it.
jump to the
Yeah.
next paragraph.
Well, yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. There's someone from Doctor Who in it.
Okay.
Exactly.
The production will span 9 locations on 4 continents: Chicago, San Francisco, London, Iceland, Seoul, Mumbai, Berlin, Mexico City, and
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Okay. Sense8 is expected to debut in 2015.
Poor Nairobi.
No, poor
Okay,
Zach. He
what's-
can't even read Nairobi.
It's true.
Is
What's
that-
most important
Yeah,
about
it
this
is.
that nobody has noticed is it is a Wachowski brother or
Wachowski siblings.
siblings series, but it's showrunner J. Michael Straczynski.
I noticed that. That was,
Straczynski-
that was the thing that stood out in my
Now
mind.
I want to see it. If you don't know, J. Michael Straczynski is the man who wrote the best run of Spider-Man in the last 25 years.
To be
Easily.
fair, he also ended that run with, one more day.
But
So-
that wasn't. That was a John Cassaday push that made that.
It was a push,
Yeah.
and he also did other crappy things. I like a lot of Ramita. I like a lot of Straczynski's run, but it's not
point-
flawless.
I
No,
hear
well,
the
no,
nerd
nobody's
building
fault.
inside New
But
York.
the other part is also he was the showrunner and executive producer for Babylon 5.
Yes.
One of the best science fiction TV series of the last 25 years, also. Easily.
By the way, we're just reading the synopsis. I kept thinking of Cloud Atlas for the first part of it.
Yeah, except you cried during Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas, to be honest though, Cloud Atlas probably would have worked better as a miniseries.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably would have. I could see that because it was. Talk about a huge number of characters in a movie. It's ridiculous.
I'm glad we're at a point where we're seeing more things made into miniseries because I think it is a great format to tell a long form story.
I agree. And we're
Yes.
actually getting. I'm excited because we're going to get a new Stephen King miniseries. I love those growing up.
What is it?
I don't remember which book it is.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
It does.
Watch it.
I'll give it a shot. But
And you know,
growing up,
hokey ones like The Stand. Yes, please.
yeah, absolutely. But I remember every spring you were getting a new Stephen King miniseries, one of his books. Even the sucky ones like Tommy Knockers was still entertaining.
What do you think the worst one was? It may have been
Langoliers.
Tommy Knockers.
Langoliers is worse than Tommy
I'm
Knockers.
with you. Yeah.
It had like the little CG
yeah.
Pac-Man monsters in it and stuff.
That's what threw me over the edge with that one was how bad the monsters looked.
Yeah, and then for more personal reason, I get sick of the ones where like you have the hero as a blind kid who has extrasensory abilities due to his vision loss. I hate that. But the special effects were horrible. The only good thing in that movie was the Stephen King cameo. You always look. It's kind of like Stan Lee now. You always look for the cameo in the movies,
yes,
and he
absolutely.
would always do a little piece. My favorite one was when he was the guy who did ran the cemetery in Sleepwalkers. Remember the movie Sleepwalkers with all the cats?
Yeah.
He's the cemetery, the guy at the cemetery.
I think my favorite Stephen King miniseries still has to be the first part of it.
I
That
loved
is
all of it.
terrifying.
It
The
doesn't
part where
hold
they're
up.
Older
It-
is not great.
I was about to say, seriously?
What?
Didn't you, seriously, you love it, the miniseries?
At the time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
it-
by
I-
today's standards, it's pretty bad.
Well, no, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, it had John Ritter at a time. He was still pretty hardcore, silly and funny. It just didn't. And didn't it have? It had
Harry
what's his
Anderson,
name
John
with the mole?
Richard Thomas.
The guy from the
Oh,
Waltons or
John
something?
Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't he in it?
He was.
Yeah.
And
So-
then O'Toole. They did a great cast.
But,
Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Tim
has to be
Curry
mentioned.
still holds up.
Yeah.
Tim Curry is a creepy
To
bastard.
be
I'm
fair,
sorry.
Tim Curry's performances tend to hold up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kiss me,
when
fat
he is
boy.
when he is in the photo, which that kind of thing, photos that move always creep me out. They do it in bed too.
Yeah.
But when that line, I'm everything you ever were afraid of. I believe you, Tim Curry.
Well, there-
Why didn't they just shut the book, like, right in his face?
Because it's Tim Curry, man. You can't do that.
With that going on, could you really shut it?
Yeah, you
It's-
just go,
I'd
screw
have,
this.
I'd have to see how that ended.
It's like something worse could happen if I shut the book.
Is there anybody out there like Tim Curry right now who's just like incredibly creepy and just like everything that they're in?
There's one guy.
I'm trying to think of somebody.
That guy who played, I think that guy who played Rorschach in The Watchmen could do creepy.
The guy from the Bad News Bears. Something Haley.
If you don't believe me, watch 28 Days Later. He's in a very small part in that, and he's creepy.
What was that show that he was in that was on Fox?
He wasn't creepy at all.
He was in Human Target.
The Human Target. No, it just reminded me because I really liked that show.
28 Days Later.
Yeah, me too. All right, so let's go. New on Blu-ray this week.
All right.
300: Rise of an Empire in 2D and 3D editions. Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 8. Seems weird to say that, but it's just coming to Blu-ray. A Hard Day's Night. If you're a Beatles fan, they remastered this in 4K. So this is going to be a pretty great Blu-ray. Dragon Ball Z Season 5. Wolf Creek, the second one. Masters of Sex Season 1. I never knew there was a show, but I'm curious now.
Showtime.
Lost Girl Season 4. Blood Ties and The Bridge Season 1, which I hear is good, but I haven't watched. Books and comics.
I was just like, wait, Star Trek had 8 seasons. It had 7.
I didn't say, no, it had 8.
No, it had 7.
I'm with Nico on this one. I believe it had 7.
Well, I don't know. That's what the Blu-ray.com says.
They made a new season!
Oh, no.
That's CultureSmash. Cancel next week.
Well, then maybe it's Season 7. But I don't know.
The amount of excitement that I would have if they just randomly,
We
hey
would-
guys,
we
new
would,
season of Star Trek next
would
week.
stop
Have
the
we
show
lost anybody
now.
new from the show?
Huh?
Have we lost any main characters yet?
No, everyone's still alive.
Everyone's still around.
They're older. Unfortunately, everyone's put on a lot of weight except for Patrick Stewart, which looks almost the same.
He looks better!
He does!
Yeah.
Better!
Patrick Stewart has got in better shape since Star Trek Next
True.
Gen.
And you would think you wouldn't, spending all that time in a wheelchair. I'm just saying.
Alright, back to comics. For Marvel this week, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 3, Miss Marvel number 5, New Avengers 20, Savage Hulk number 1, and Uncanny Avengers number 21. I bought all of those.
Nice.
On DC, we have Batman number 32, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe number 14.
Alan bought that one.
Probably. Justice League number 31, Sinestro number 3, and Superman number 32, which is the only one of those I bought. And on the small press, we have Conan the Avenger number 3, Goon one for the road one shot, Invincible number 112, Saga number 20, and Serenity Leaves on the Wind number 6.
Leaves on the Wind.
Your favorite shows live on in comic books.
It's true. The only thing I've read so far this week is I read the New Avengers book, the main incursion one.
Yeah.
And that is a story that has really drug on, but I've enjoyed this week.
It's a long story, but I've enjoyed
It's
it.
picking up very interestingly.
I've been able to stick more with New Avengers than I have with the regular Avengers. And I think that's also because regular Avengers comes out more often, so there's a lot more of it to drag.
Yeah.
I haven't read New Avengers yet. The only one of this week I've read is Amazing Spider-Man, and I've caught up on Original
I was going
Sin.
to ask if you read the original Sin.
Yeah.
So without spoiling, because I know that Dwayne is reading it, what's your thoughts on that one so far?
It had so many, like, the twist at the end of 3 was really big, and then the twist at the end of 4 was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, holy crap.
The comic stuff.
I don't know where it's going, and that's the really exciting
That's
thing.
the best part
Yeah.
of it, is you just...
And I also like that the characters aren't the main. It's not like Cap, and it's not like Spider-Man. It's not really main. It's not Iron
Well,
Man.
the pairings are the best.
The pairings are
Doctor
great, but they're-
Strange and the Punisher are my favorite
The
pairings.
pairings and the fact that it's not the main character. Wolverine is in there, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All the other characters are like Winter Soldier. You have Doctor Strange, Punisher, Moon Knight, Gamora. You don't have these big name characters. I love the fact that these are the driving forces of the miniseries.
Yeah. But so now you know that twist at the end of 4.
I do. That one was
like,
that one's really interesting.
It looks like I got a lot of reading to do tonight.
Amazing Spider-Man was pretty good. I love the fact that it's Peter's back. It's not Doc
I
Ock.
kind of lost my interest with Amazing Spider-Man.
Hey, Sue, can you put this picture back on the screen? Because I have to explain to Catherine why this is so cool. All right, Catherine, in the Marvel Universe, there is a character called the Watcher. He's that big guy there who's dead.
He has a big bullet hole.
Spoilers for the first issue.
Yeah.
Like Zach, he has one job. He has to watch everything throughout all the different universes.
The only issue- The big difference is he does his job very well.
Unlike Zach, yes. He does
Really, he's also not supposed to
somebody
interfere.
with an awful
Yeah.
lot of power has killed the Watcher and taken his eyes, which apparently record everything that he's ever seen.
Oh.
It is a big problem for the Marvel Universe, and their best and brightest have stepped up to solve the mystery. It is an exciting book. And
It is,
love,
right?
I love the character of the Watcher. He's awesome.
I have
It's-
always been fascinated
And
by the
I'm
character.
really hoping that this is not truly the end of the road for him.
Best episode of CSI I've ever seen.
I agree. Well, when you get really into the CSI part, it's the Doctor Strange Punisher
It
combo.
is.
Like Doctor Strange has got all his magic and stuff, but the Punisher is analyzing the bullets.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so much fun. I can't even tell you. It's my favorite thing I'm reading right now. So, yeah. That's comics. You reading books, Mike?
Just finished the Cibola Burn by James Corey, the fourth book in that the Expanse series. It's really enjoyed it. I think he might be kind of wrapping it up, but maybe not. Maybe we'll get more of them.
I'm hoarding your Dresden Files review. It's going to go up.
Oh,
It's sort of-
that's fine.
I have, since it wasn't sent to us for review, I've been holding it back for a rainy day.
That's cool.
But it's probably going to go up at the end.
But
of the
that
week.
was really good. Dwayne, we could sit here and just babble on
I
about
was
that.
very satisfied with that Dresden book.
Yeah.
And although I loved every book in the series, the last two have been a little underwhelming for me, but this one really brought it back. And it's moving the total arc of this series forward in big ways.
For someone who's never actually, I don't know, does Harry have a comfort zone? The last couple of books have really put him out of
That's
it.
true.
I thought they were great books because of that. You know, they really pushed him to the limit. But you didn't have some of those missing elements that you loved in the earlier ones, and that all came back with a vengeance in this one.
All right. So we have a lot of exciting projects coming up. The first thing I want to draw your attention to, if you're listening, if you go to CultureSmash.tv, which is our home site for all the reviews and news that we do daily, you'll see a banner there for Culture Smash Nashville. That's a film festival we are sponsoring with live music and visual art and the whole thing. Click that banner and go and see it. That involves just about everybody except Nico sitting here.
And we'll track him in before it's
He
over.
thinks he's out, but it's just like The Godfather.
He's gonna be Al Pacino.
Exactly.
We'll have you at a table handing out tickets.
It's true.
Something.
Something. And then also we have the 48-hour film project coming up, so we'll be shooting a film also in a matter of weeks.
It's on my calendar.
I mean,
for
July
this year.
is
I'm
here,
very
you guys. So
Wait,
it's
when
like
is it? It's
I think it's
Like
the
17th,
17th of
18th,
July.
19th.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah, so
'cause
we're 2.5
Corinne
weeks
invited
away.
me to a wedding
No.
for one of our friends. Yeah, I'm just
Or-
not gonna-
18th, 19th.
You could film there.
Well, we could.
we could film in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh.
That's half of our shooting day right there is driving back and forth. It's not going to happen.
You can ruin the video.
If we could do it all in one location, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, that would be true.
Chattanooga is a fun town. There are
Do it at
some-
the Chattanooga Choo Choo. That'd be really
No,
cool.
Yeah.
There'd be something fitting filming an entry to the Nashville 40-hour
Shooting in Chattanooga. Yeah.
There's,
So-
I mean, not that I have anything against Nashville. I love
No,
the town,
it's-
but there's just something.
It is
Yeah,
fine. I'll
it's
just tell her
great.
no. I figured that date was popping up in my head
Yeah.
for some odd reason, and I'm gonna ask off right now.
So anyway, just check that stuff out. All of it's going to be popping up on CultureSmash.tv. But I highly recommend that you take a minute, click the banner there for the Culture Smash Nashville event. It's really picking up. Catherine's booking music. I'm booking films. We've got two other people working on art. Zach's going to be doing technical. Mike is doing a little of everything. Dwayne is going to be on the backside working with the volunteers. So there's a lot of us in here investing in it. So go and take a look. Mike, we're going to find you on the internet.
Either at culturesmash.tv or Google Plus. Just look for Clovis Chitwood because I can't do anything the right way.
That's true. Nico?
You can find me at twitter.com/NicoScream. It's pretty much the only thing I'm updating regularly. And NicoScream.tumblr.com.
Nice. front.
You can find me on Facebook. That's pretty much the only thing that I do actually update.
Well, you have some reviews coming.
I have some reviews coming, but yeah, just find me on Facebook at Catherine Holder. I won't be stingy like Zach and say like, oh, you better tell me who you are.
Tell me a life story and I'll think about it.
If we have mutual friends, if you have mutual friends with all these cats here, then I'll more than likely friend you for some good
You're being
times.
stingy like me.
That's not being stingy, that's being safe. I'm a girl.
That's true. Are you a girl?
People
Don't answer
aren't gonna
that.
want sexual relations with you unless her name is KJ.
That's true.
And even that's doubtful.
Ouch.
All right, Dwayne, we're
I
gonna
just
find
think
you
there's
in a
lots of
minute.
people named KJ, and I can only think of one. That's who
That
wants
was-
that.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
very small percentage in my book.
It's a very good point.
As my son would say, lawyered.
I love it.
If you want to find me, I'll be out in the sandbox, wondering where the hell all the love is gone.
That's true.
But outside of that, you can find me on Facebook, Dwayne Pate, and on Twitter at Dr. Worm75. That's DrWorm75.
Desperately need a new Xbox game to play. The times are coming.
You know, I went out and had to grab Wizards and Warriors 2 for
Yep.
NES the other day, mostly because it has Fabio on the cover, which is pretty amazing. I'm having a good time playing through that, because I always liked the first game. I probably played through the first game 4 or 5 times growing up, and never got through the rest of the series, so that's my gaming life right now. But if something decent came out on Xbox, I would not.
That and the Simpsons Tapped Out.
Yeah,
It's-
that's starting to creep back into my life all of a sudden.
Because of the special.
Those are the Stonecutters.
Can't beat the Stonecutters story.
Who plays Simpsons Tapped Out? We do. We do.
I did until they totally erased my game.
You should be able to get that back.
No, I never could. I never could, and I was
Did you
so
email
angry.
them directly? Because if you email them, they're
No,
pretty
I
good
didn't
about
really
Well,
want to.
you don't
I
want
figured
that
it was a sign from God saying you shouldn't be wasting this much time.
Like God gives a good
Exactly.
damn about you.
You can find me.
Nice segue.
You can
You
find
did
me
something
on YouTube, Spaceman 91. You can find me on the site. I got some reviews. I'm probably gonna write alone in my room tonight, and then.
Dude, hold on. I gotta ask this. Do you write with other people? Is your writing a collaborative process?
I did write one review while my dad was sleeping in the room.
I think that's worse.
Haven't we talked about this before? Think
got it.
about it before you say it.
You can also find me
on the
on
I
podcast.
love it.
You can also find. You can stop laughing.
We can't.
All right,
I got one last
Oh
one
my
I wanna
God.
put.
Were you in his bedroom?
You can also find me on Steam, a dangerous mute lunatic, and you will find me playing a bunch of games I bought off Steam.
I was about to say, you've fallen
Only
victim to the
2 of
Steam
those
sale.
things are true.
I'm still not managing
No,
to
he's
find
not
a game
mute,
to buy on
unfortunately.
Steam.
That's what I meant.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
He's
At first I was-
dangerous.
It's a porno reference.
Dangerous and a lunatic.
That's true. That's true.
What is
That's
my
you gotta
life right
create
now?
that, right?
It's here, unfortunately for you.
According to me,
Yeah.
All right.
Mike, where do you find you, sir?
at CultureSmash.tv.
We did it first.
Yeah, that's just not what's going around. it.
What?
You did Mike first.
Oh, so we've been all the way around?
Yes.
Oh. Zach totally threw me off with
I
this.
know, y'all just started talking. I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna get the.
Why on earth did you
plug.
start with Mike?
I was afraid you were going to say something horrible.
Like?
You were right.
Like whatever
Yeah.
comes out of your mouth.
So, yeah.
Like,
So,
like,
anyway,
like.
then find me at CultureSmash.tv. And on Twitter, CultureSmash.
And seed.
And Facebook and all the other places. Just look up Culture Smash, you'll find me. Yeah, I update a little bit of my own stuff, but a lot about what's going on the site and what we're going to be doing, that kind of thing. So go and do that. What a weird freaking show. I don't know what the hell happened.
I don't know either.
No. Just end it.
For a good time.
Plug the gourd.
For a good time
I think
called...
we started with the porn story. I'm pretty sure that was the downfall.
Was that
There
it?
was a lot.
That
There was
didn't
a
help.
lot of porn
We
references.
used to start every episode with
With
a
something
penis
porn
story.
related.
Well,
yeah,
but
penis story.
it was a penis story, but this time it was porn.
And we gave up the guy trapped in the vagina story this week.
It's true.
Oh man.
A
Yeah.
guy trapped in a vagina?
Did you not hear?
Dang it! Hey, you guys hear that a fetus inside a mother's womb got pregnant?
Yo,
And we'll see you next week. That's really where you want to end the show, right
Crystal
there.
clear.
I was
Good
in the bad
night.
spot this weekend. I spent way too much time reading top 10 lists on the internet.